Hello, it's Potter, the head coach of evilgeniuses VALORANT, and we're going to be taking a look back at the 2024 season and just chatting about what's more to come in 2025 as well. If I could summarize the 2024 season in one word, the word would have to be almost. It felt like from the beginning of the year till the very end, we were just either a few rounds away from qualifying to Madrid, a few rounds away from qualifying to playoffs, and just each step of the way, we were just almost there or just falling just short. So it definitely felt like a constant battle. We unfortunately didn't come out on top, but yeah, it was just almost all season long. I thought the overall impressions for the whole season was obviously really good. We felt like we built a lot of synergy. The chemistry was definitely there within the squad. And we built a really good foundation, which I'm really proud of. But again, almost, yeah, just not good enough though in the end. Yeah, at the beginning of the year, I knew that it was going to be a huge challenge ahead, bringing in a brand new IGL and essentially starting from scratch and just having the duelist that was kind of the mainstay coming into this year. It was a lot of work. And again, that almost word just keeps coming into mind, but we were able to build a lot actually. But just being on the same page day to day, especially when you have such different kinds of players that their roles demands, like Jaw is an extremely aggressive player. So just getting everyone on the same page to where we could have that go button immediately and that instant synergy was something we worked on all year. And unfortunately, we weren't as polished as we needed to be to actually be able to make it to playoffs or actually be able to qualify for an international event. So I think that was definitely a huge challenge for us this year. I guess the biggest moment or the moment that really defined the season for me specifically was it had to have been that Sentinels win. Not only was it extra sweet because I did a little shit talk on social media beforehand, but that really catapulted our entire run to actually be contenders for playoffs. Each win through each week really just rallied onto our confidence, but it really solidified all the work we had put in prior to that leading up to those moments. So yeah, I think after that Sentinels win was the NRG win. We even beat Loud again after just losing to them in the kickoffs to be able to qualify for Madrid. So getting that revenge versus Loud was incredible. But yeah, it definitely all started with that Sentinels win. So to talk about kind of personal goals, but also coaching goals and kind of individual goals, for Jogimo, I really wanted him to be able to say, I'm a better duelist than Demon 1 at the end of this year. And it became kind of a blessing and a curse because he can say that. He was definitely better than Demon 1, but we were all losers at the end, right? So I'm glad that he was able to showcase that he could have been just as good for sure in our 2023 roster. And I'm glad that he's become a mainstay. I mean, I don't think there's anyone who can talk about a top duelist at the end of this year without saying the words Jogimo. So it was amazing to watch him grow and really become comfortable in that role. So I'm excited to see what else he can do in a different setting. For Apoth, it was always going to be a challenge for this guy. He completely changed roles. He was an incredible controller and he still is an incredible controller, but he wanted to challenge himself to be able to not only be comfortable on the Sentinel role, but be in the conversations of being one of the best Sentinels in the world. So, it's something that he's still working on, and it's something that I'm excited to see him continue to grow in. But again, that word almost comes in perfectly here. He had his moments. He had incredible moments on that stage, but we just almost made history. So going on to Nature, incredible teammate, incredible IGL, and an incredible player. Nature just naturally has those kind of leadership qualities that I look for in an IGL, but he also is just stoic. And it's something that you can't just fake. You have to be able to have it, and he definitely has it. So I'm excited to see him in 2025, especially. This year was all about laying the groundwork and doing a lot of the tedious things that nobody really has a lot of fun with. But again, since we've laid out that foundation, I'm excited to see what he's able to do in 2025. For Superman, I was not disappointed at all in what he brought to the table. And I say that because I waited so long to be able to coach him and to be able to actually be his teammate and to actually watch him from close. So yeah, this year was super exciting to be able to figure out and learn how to unlock this guy. So I'm just glad to have been able to see also his leadership qualities. You know, I've always known that he was an amazing player, but to actually find out that he's a player that I can lean on to be, again, that leader, that veteran that every squad needs, it's going to be amazing. And for Derek, last but not least, this guy is just oozing with aura. But he's an amazing human. I think Derek just naturally brings just a kind of a brightness, a jolly attitude to any kind of room that he enters into, and that's something that, again, every team needs. So he's somebody that I think still has a lot to give this year. Again, almost. So 2025, it's another year for us to figure out how to unlock him fully. And I want to say a final thank you to all my players from this year and the 2024 roster, Mike, the staff, everyone behind the scenes. You know, it really felt like this year's roster had that same sort of energy and camaraderie that we had in 2023. And again, there were little glimpses of hope to find that sort of same success as well. So all that hard work that we put in, I'm really proud of everything that we did. And to all the fans as well that, again, stood by us, y'all gave the same energy as well that we had in 2023. And I really appreciate that. So stay tuned. 2025 is right around the corner and we're going to work really hard to actually be able to be winners.